G'day groovy humans and welcome to a Groovy Enlightened Live. On today's episode we will be exploring the last stage of the 4-stage framework of self-discovery, of helping us understand and answer that question, who am I really? And before we get started into today's episode, I will remind you to revisit episode 2, which is just an overall view of the framework itself, covering all of the 4 elements. Episode 5, which covers alignment to self, and we explore our identity and our ego in that episode. Episode 7 was alignment to oneness, where we start to develop that understanding about our connection to all things. And episode 9, which was all about alignment to our purpose. So I do recommend that if you haven't listened to those previous episodes, that you get up to speed by having a listen to them first before you get into this one, so that it makes a little bit more sense. And for those of you who are ready to get started, grab that cuppa, sit back and relax. Let's get cracking. Alignment to universe consciousness. Discovering who I am by embracing a big picture view of all things. Now, before we get into this too much, when I talk about universe consciousness, you can replace that with whatever term works for you. I could have gone with God, I could have gone with God consciousness, I could have gone with spirit, great spirit. I decided to go with just a neutral term for this particular framework. But as I said before, just replace it with whatever works for you, whatever aligns to you, and whatever resonates with you. When we are talking about alignment to the universe consciousness, we are delving deeper. We're delving deeper into stage 2, which was all around alignment to oneness and our connection to all things. So we're expanding on that. We're delving deeper. We're really awakening and expanding our own consciousness and understanding to really embrace that we are one with spirit, that we are one with the universe. In episode 7, when we were exploring our alignment to oneness, I brought up the concept of being the observer, of stepping out of our thoughts, our feelings, our perceptions, and our beliefs, and starting to realize that we are beyond that. We are beyond our beliefs, our perceptions. We are beyond our feelings and our thoughts. And in this stage, when we're talking about alignment to the universe, we are really delving deep and we are really experiencing, more to the point, this aspect of the observer. This is where it's all at. And throughout the entire framework, I've mentioned that it's not about thinking that we are something. It's not about thinking that, oh yeah, I am in alignment to something. It's not about thinking I know what my purpose is. It's not about thinking I'm connected to all things. It's an experience. It's a journey. And no level of thinking is going to get you any closer to helping you discover and understand who you are, to explore and uncover your purpose, and to live a life in alignment to your true self. Now, when we explore becoming the observer a little bit deeper, we are talking about really stepping back and having an eagle-eye view of all things. And we really understand that our inner landscape is reflected in our outer landscape. That the inner work that we do as an individual, as a spirit, as a soul on this planet, is reflected, directly reflected in the world around us, in the world that we are creating, not just as an individual, but together as a collective consciousness. And we become so aware of how our thinking, our actions, our decisions directly affect everything, directly affect the energy systems around us, the vibrations around us, and how that contributes to all the things that make up the world that we are all collectively dreaming into being. So you may be sitting there wondering, what about all the people out there who are living on autopilot, who may not be aware of what's really going on, who are still stuck in the energy of victimhood, who believe that they have no control over their lives, that everything just happens to them. And these particular people also have that energy of blame, the energy of lack, and just live in this world full of fear. So are these people also contributing to the world that we're dreaming into being? Absolutely. Absolutely they are. We all are. We are all contributing to the collective consciousness, to the collective vibration, which influences and forms what we see, think, and feel in this world, what we perceive and believe. And it contributes to that collective energy that creates all things around us, the events, the circumstances, the situations that we find ourselves in today. So no matter who you think you are, no matter how aware you believe you are compared to somebody else, it does not matter. It really doesn't, because we are in this together and we need to work together as a collective to make the changes, to make the shifts, and to create that world that we all want to be a part of. This is going to take a collective effort. And as more and more of us are starting to remember, starting to awaken, to start to understand that our everyday actions are affecting those around us, affecting the collective conscious, affecting the planet that we live in, that sustains us and supports us and provides us life, we are going to start to feel uneasy and unsatisfied, and we are going to start to draw together. There will be people with like-minded ideas, like-minded passions and purposes that will come together and start to make change in a global perspective. But that change only happens once we do the work, the inner work on ourselves. But we do that together. We're starting to join together, to find each other, and to realize that there's more to this journey of life. And as we join and we build our communities and we build those connections, not only are we starting to heal our inner selves, but then we're healing those around us who have joined us, who are on the same or similar paths and journeys. And as that starts to gain traction, it will create the ripples. And I'm talking about the energy and vibration ripples of healing across the planet, across the collective consciousness, which will help drive and help create that world we want to be a part of. So how do we come into alignment with the universe consciousness? It's all about that inner work. It's about doing the inner work, the inner healing. It's about really exploring and discovering who we are and finding that purpose that we're here to live and contribute to the greater community around us. It's about living that. It's about embracing that. It's about coming into alignment to our true selves. It is a journey and an exploration, and it's an experience. And it's not just about developing deeper understanding. It's about living it, taking action every single day to shift and change and become who we're here to become. It's about transitioning from that place of victimhood where everything happens to me through to a place of connection where we understand that we're building things together. We are the co-creators of our lives. We are the co-creators of everything that is happening around us that we're experiencing every single day. And it's about practicing unconditional love and grace. not just to ourselves or in our immediate families, but to all people, to all beings, to all things. Well, that wraps up the 4 stages of self-discovery with the last part of the framework, alignment to universe consciousness. I truly hope you got something out of listening to the little series, the 4 stages of self-discovery. If you would like some more information, head over to sagacityrising.com/AGEL011 or join us over at tribe.agroovyandlightenlife.com, where we continue the conversations on all of our episodes. Thank you for listening to today's episode and taking time out of your life. Stay groovy, my friends. Maya out.